Hey ladies and gents, Jamie Alderton here, back for another episode of Built. Hope you enjoyed episode 1, and last week we were talking all about muscle building. This week we're going to be talking all about ladies, nutrition and training. On Instagram this weekend I asked you to send me some of your questions, and all of the good ones I'll be answering on this show. Question number 1 was, does your body ever get used to a calorie deficit and require you to burn even more? Let's find out, shall we? So does your body ever get used to a calorie deficit and require you to burn more? We're gonna rabbit hole down a little bit today, but the two most important things that you need to look at when it comes to dropping body fat, maintaining your weight or building muscle, of course, is energy in and energy out. So let's start. Energy in, energy out. So energy in is the calories that you consume. Energy out is the calories that you burn during the day. Now, any person that asks me whether they want to drop body fat or build muscle, I get them to calculate what's called their TDEE. TDEE stands for total daily energy expenditure. And that is made up of 4 different things that burn calories during the day. First and foremost is your BMR, which stands for basal metabolic rate. I like to call that your coma calories. If I knocked you out, put you in a coma, your body still needs to burn calories to function. So that is your BMR. T, I'm not talking about booty, fit tea or any shitty herbal diet drink. What this actually stands for is the thermic effect of activity. This is your HIIT training, this is your gym sessions. These are the tools that you're using to drop body fat, build muscle, or just exercise. And then we've got TEF, which stands for the thermic effect of food. Your body actually burns calories eating food. Not too much, but it still burns those calories. And then the final one is NEAT. NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Best way of management and measurement of that is getting steps in, fidgeting, moving about. These are the additional calories that you burn from doing that. And breathe. Okay, so we've got a 4. Let's have a look. Before we start dieting and we calculate that, we calculated our BMR, let's just say that was 800 calories. Thermic effect of activity, we're doing a HIIT session, 300 calories. Thermic effect of food, probably 10% of what we consume. Let's just say that is 200 calories. And then our non-exercise activity thermogenesis is up to 800 calories. So when we're starting our diet, we require 2,100 calories. Now, it's 5 to 6 weeks later. We are getting leaner and the dieting is getting a little bit more difficult, and we plateau and we stop losing weight. What do? Do we need to work harder? Well, in essence, we do, because the body is changing slightly. And what do I mean by that? You're lighter, so you need less calories. Your BMR might go down a little bit, say 750. Your thermic effect of activity, you probably haven't changed that because you're still hitting your gym training sessions. Your thermic effect of food, not really going to change because you're eating the same amount of food. Now, one thing that will start to happen when you're in a calorie deficit for a long period of time is this will start to change. And how will it change? Your body does very strange things. You get lazier, you get slower. When I am getting leaner,
my speech starts to slur.
And this is your body trying to save that energy. So instead of burning 800 calories per day using your NEAT, instead of getting the stairs, you get the elevator. Instead of going to the shop, you decide not to go to the shop, and your speech might start to slur. So that actually might go down to around 500 calories. Now, when we calculate what we were on, say 4 to 6 weeks before, 2,100 calories. Now, if we do my quick maths in here, 1,750, yes, 1,750 calories. So there's been a massive shift in how many calories that our body needs. And it's mainly because we've slowed down a little bit with this one. How do we change that? How do we make sure that we keep dropping body fat? There's two measurements that we can manage. Which are these two? Energy in and energy out. We can reduce the energy that's coming in, so we can create an energy deficit, or we can be more aware of how much we are moving. And that is why it's important to track your steps. If you're tracking your steps and you know that you're getting 10,000 steps in every day, you are measuring and managing your movement. So you can potentially increase those steps, maybe increase those cardio tools, or you can decrease your energy. So technically, yeah, it can get more difficult, but there's many different options that you can do to carry on dropping that body fat. Now, before we switch to the next question, I need to let you know something, ladies. It's much harder for you to drop body fat than it is us men. Why? You carry more body fat, thus making it harder to get leaner. Also, you require less food. I'm 5'11.5", 33, very active. For me to maintain my weight, I need 3,200 calories. Wouldn't you love to be on that, ladies? Now, 5'5", 5'6" lady, moderately active, in a fat loss diet, potentially maintains on 1,900 calories. That sucks, because I guarantee, ladies, you've got just as big an appetite as me. Also, what if I ate a donut? Okay, I ate a donut accidentally, kind of on purpose, and this donut was 500 calories. 500 calories. That is about, I don't know, about 12 to 15% of my overall calories. However, for yourself, if you ate that 500 calorie donut, and I guarantee you can eat a donut just as quick and just as easily as me, that is going to cause a more detrimental effect to your progress, because that is probably around 25% of your overall calories. So you can see, I, as a person consuming 3,200 calories, can get away with more on my diet, and you unfortunately can't, thus making it easier for me to be in a calorie deficit, because I've got a bigger number to play with than you. So don't beat yourself up when you're struggling with your fat loss and your nutrition. It's a lot harder for you. Question number 2. Why do I crave so much chocolate when it's time of the month? Is it all in my head? Let's find out. It's the time of the month, and you are craving chocolate. Is it all in your head? And the answer is yes. It's all in your head, but not the way that you look at it. Now, a lot of people argue chocolate cravings, food cravings, when it comes on that time of the month, is to do with hormones, and potentially might have a little thing to do with that. A lot of people will argue that you decrease serotonin levels, which is your kind of happy hormone, and increase your cortisol, which is your stress. So less happy, more stress equates to chocolate. Now, let's just wipe this off, okay? We'll keep the chocolate on, but let's just wipe this off. And let's have a look at the reality. You're stressed. You're tired. What happens when you're stressed and you're tired? You seek immediate gratification to feel better. What immediate gratification things can you do to feel better? Eat chocolate. So it's a condition, it's an actual condition where you condition yourself to go, I like chocolate because it's an immediate gratification. It makes me feel better. It makes me in the moment feel a little bit less stressed and a little bit less tired. So if you understand that, you can go and make changes to that potentially if you're able to understand what is called a habit loop. And Charles Duhigg, The Power of Habit, a fantastic book. What he talks about is a habit loop. Cue, reaction, and reward. Cue, it's that time of the month. You're feeling stressed and tired. Your reaction, nice, tasty. That's meant to be a chocolate bar. Reward, nice, tasty chocolate bar. And what happens is you circle back round. So whenever you get that cue, you react to it and you get a reward. And it's this one here. You're always getting that reward, but you can change that reward. You can change that reaction. You may want to, you may not want to. The most important thing is if you're on a fat loss diet, yes, you can still eat chocolate as long as you're measuring and managing it. As long as you're tracking it, that's absolutely fine. And you can allocate that in when you know things like that happen. This is another reason why a lot of guys struggle not to drink on the weekends. Stress because of their job, tired because they've had a long week. Very tasty beer on a Friday night makes man and everyone feel very, very happy. Cue, stressful, tired week. Reaction, go to the pub, see my mates, have a beer. Reward, beer. And then we end up doing it over and over again. So why are you eating chocolate? Because it's that time of the month, because you like chocolate. And you're in this habit loop. Mind blown. Final question. How do you train rear delts? My boobs get in the way of the bench. Let's find out. So how do we train our delts? The most important thing is to understand how to activate that rear delt. And all of that comes from external rotation. And there's different ways of getting external rotation in that rear delt. We can drive our arm back that way, we can drive our arm back this way, and we can drive our arm back that way. So an important tool to use for those rear delts is a cable machine. And there's many different things that you can do, but the main thing that you're going to be focusing on is externally rotating that shoulder. A great exercise for you to do will be coming from the floor, driving that arm up and bringing that shoulder all the way back, getting that activation in that rear delt. There, drive, back. There, drive, back. What we can also do is bring this up here like so, and we can do face pulls. So we can grab a rope like so, we can bring this back, and we can drive those elbows back, tensing those rear delts, and really squeezing and contracting those rear delts. And one that I really like to do, which takes a little bit of technique, and the reason I say it takes a little bit of technique is because whenever you're pulling that arm back, your secondary muscle, if you're not thinking about it, can be that tricep. This is why you want to be focusing on just activating and keeping that elbow in position and driving with that rear delt rather than pulling down with that arm, unless you want to get massive triceps, but we're focusing on rear delts. So a great thing that I like to do, cable like so. This one goes in this hand, this one goes in this hand. You can drive those elbows up, lock those elbows out, and drive back. Squeeze those rear delts, come back like so. Squeeze back, squeeze those rear delts, control back down. Back, squeeze, come down. Squeeze, it's very hard not to pull funny faces, and come back down. As I said, the most important thing that you want to make sure that you're not doing is going too heavy, because that's going to cause you to use your triceps and arms, and make sure that you've got a good connection. Elbows are nice and high, and you're driving those elbows back. Reps and sets, I would normally focus on 12 to 15 reps for 3 to 4 sets. Well, ladies and gents, that's it from episode 2 of Built. Hopefully you took some knowledge bombs away and learnt something new. I have a very exciting announcement to let you know that my Train with Jay ladies is now live. If you want to get in the shape of your life, if you want daily knowledge bombs, live streams, nutrition and training guidance, this is the program for you. To find out more, click on the link in the description and hopefully I will see you in the group. That is it from me on this episode of Built, and I'll see you next week.